This video is meant just to give you a quick overview of the course, Calculus 1. The first thing I want you to note is that Calculus 1 is a 5-credit course. That's almost 6 credits. And when you consider the fact that most courses are 3-credit courses, this is almost like 2 courses in one. And that means there's going to be a lot of work and it's going to take a lot of time. If you're taking this in a fall or winter semester, so a full 16-week semester, I recommend you budget at least 15 to 20 hours a week of your time for the course. If you're taking this in our shorter summer session, where we're doing this in roughly 12 weeks, I suggest you budget 20 to 25 hours per week of time to deal with the work that we have. What we're going to do is I'm going to give you the opportunity to learn a little bit about the course, usually in the first week or so, and then you'll have a chance to spend a little bit of time brushing up on some things. So we're going to have a foundations block here, and that's going to give you the ability to do a little bit of a review with arithmetic, algebra, and trigonometry. These are pieces of math that are essentially the language of calculus. We're going to take those things, we're going to add to them something called a limit. And a limit is an example of something that is an infinite process. And limits really are the things that allow us to move from algebra and trig to calculus. They allow us to consider things that happen instantaneously. They allow us to add up infinitely many things that are infinitely small. There's lots of infinities that show up, and limits are really the workhorse that help us deal with that. You're going to get a little bit of a chance to learn a little bit about why calculus is an important course. That'll be kind of brief. And then we'll dive into limits and derivatives. So again, limits will bridge us from the math that you know, pre-calculus math if you will, to the world of derivatives. And when you hear the word derivative, I'm going to ask you to think of the idea of rate of change or slope. That's what slopes are for straight lines. We're going to look at rates of change, but not just for straight lines, for any kind of line, for any kind of function with any shape of graph, and see what we can figure out. We're going to spend some time talking about how we apply the idea of derivatives to a variety of situations. And then we're going to take a look at integration. Integration, in many ways, as you will learn, is the flip side of derivatives. It is sometimes referred to as anti-differentiation. And it is a word that I want you to associate with the idea of accumulation. We're going to talk a lot about area and how we accumulate area and accumulate things when we get to the world of integration. We'll finish the course with some work with transcendental functions that we'll ignore in the early part of the course and then bring back in toward the end. So there's a rough outline of where we're at, and you can see that the course is kind of designed to go along with that. We have an introductory block at the top of the course, which is where you're going to find your syllabus and various things. I'll talk more about those in another video. The foundations block is really kind of the review material, and there'll be some review assignments, why calculus, and then the core of our work is really the next 4 blocks: limits and derivatives, applications of derivatives, an introduction to integration, and transcendentals. And you can see in each one of those blocks there are weekly schedules. These schedules are currently set up in the video that I'm creating for a 12-week summer session. You'll see schedules up through week 16 if you are taking this in a fall or winter 16-week semester session. That's all I wanted to show you in this video. And I just want to close by reminding you once again, and I can't stress this enough really, this is a 5-credit course. Be ready to put in a fair amount of time working on assignments and understanding the material and looking at lecture materials and just trying to learn all about what calculus is. Thank you.